Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
Hey, is this thing on? Hello, testing.
No debate, cause it's over. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant, slay the competition cause I'm walking like a giant.
What's up, Twitter world? There's my little OJ.
He's got an autographed OJ photo.
Has anybody heard the story about the glizzy guy?
He fits today's generation.
Oh yeah, speaking of lady basketball players, Lola Bunny, bonkable. Yes or no?
Ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. And of course, it's, I believe, the second day. Happy Hanukkah to all those who celebrate. Welcome into the Korner Booth Podcast. I am your host, Jared Clem. This is a Korner Booth Podcast, Korner Booth pregame hybrid. Next 2 weeks of my life are absolutely insane. So me and the boys are doing hybrid shows on Monday and today on Thursday. So it's going to be a lot of craziness, but we will make it work, obviously. Hope all y'all had a great, incredible, amazing, memorable holiday. I know I did. I was definitely just, it was a lot hosting, but I appreciated my family coming through and had a good time. And it was great seeing everybody. So just favorite holiday of the year delivered. I honestly have no complaints, which is very rare for a guy like me. Anyway, my only complaint was that the Eagles decided to start my Christmas week off with a dud. And Matt took a commanding lead in the Korner Booth standings, which we will obviously reveal tomorrow. And we'll have our winners announced. They'll be selected at the end of the show. So that'll be something really cool to go off on. We have a Thursday night football game tonight between the Seattle Seahawks, who are desperate for a playoff spot. They also have a problem now. Kenneth Walker was officially put on IR about 5 hours ago. So Zach Charbonnet is a starting running back for the rest of the season going forward. So that's a little development right there. On top of that, we have a bunch of fun. All the fun bowl games are this week. So that's the good news. Besides the non-playoff bowl games, all the good ones are this week. So it's going to be a fun time there. Other than that, it's good to be back. So joining me now, of course, one of my co-hosts dropped out for a second. This co-host nicknamed me after a Russian dictator just now in our text messages, so he's automatically my favorite human today. Ladies and gentlemen, rocking an exciting Whites jersey, Chris Lipoff.
Cool.
I need my Blankenship jersey then now, I guess.
You have to. It's a must.
Actually, I'm rolling my boys tonight. That's what we'll start with right now.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Proud to you. How was your Christmas, buddy?
Probably the best Christmas I've had in a very long time.
I'm glad to hear it.
I'm just I'm a little amazed. Usually there's something that goes absolutely haywire the day before, day of, or during. So
yeah,
this is the first year everything kind of went smoothly. Was actually able to spend time with my family, had just good times all through it. Got it. Usually there's like 2 or 3 gifts you really want, and I got them, and that was kind of cool. So I was very happy about that. One is finally I joined the Apple Watch gang.
Hell yeah.
I wanted some Miami merch, so my mom got me a really cool beanie, and she ordered this from DJ Williams' company, Time Life, which I'm a big fan of. It's where my Uncle Ed's shirt came from and everything else, because they're the one, the best Miami Hurricane fan gear brand. But it all started off, dude. I'm not gonna lie. On Monday, I go in to get my chain fixed. I got snapped at my buddy's bachelor party. The jeweler not only cleaned and shined this for free, she also shined my earrings and offered to clean my watch when I drop it off to get it cleaned. I was like, the kindness there, I was blown away. Food was amazing. Everyone cooked great. So yeah, no complaints. How was your Christmas, bud?
That was pretty dope, dude. Just got to see the fam. Obviously got the Coop jersey. Got an exciting Whites t-shirt. I was gonna wear that one, but
nice.
Yeah, I got some new clothes, some new shoes. Back into the shoe game.
Which ones are you getting?
2 pairs of Air Force Ones.
Very nice. I actually have to buy a pair for my buddy's wedding soon. For Kevin's wedding, actually. I have to buy a pair for his wedding.
You getting Air Forces for the wedding?
Yeah, so him and his wife are soon-to-be wife are wearing custom Air Force Ones. So me and the other groomsmen thought it'd be great because he already has a pair of all white ones. I'll just go buy a pair. I need a pair of Air Force Ones. And what kind of sneakerhead I am that I don't have a pair. So it's kind of cool doing that.
I'll send you this pair I saw yesterday, dude. I loved it. It was like a Jordan brand. Really cool. I think I'm going to get it because I have a couple of Nike gift cards I think I'm going to use them on. I'll just send it to you in a little bit.
I went on Cabela's last night and bought a pair of because my work boots. Was telling Nate in the pre-show meeting, I destroyed my work boots that I've had since 2017. Like when they were purchased, Carson Wentz and Nick Foles were our two starting quarterbacks. That's how long ago I've had those boots.
That's almost a decade kick.
Yeah, we're talking 7 years. So
yeah,
they lasted a long time though, and they're still good. Just the waterproof seal by the toe box is starting to go, and I'm starting to notice the tread is starting to wear off. But I got 7 years out of it. I'm not complaining. But I bought some like I think they're called, but they're like waterproof Western boots. So those are pretty dope as well. I bought a bunch of stuff for my watch because this band sucks. I hate this band. Love the watch.
It's tight. I used to have it.
It comes off if I flick it the wrong way.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. But joining us now, hopefully we got some audio issues under control. His technical issues right now sum up basically the Jets' entire franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony's father and a jolly old soul, Matt Ordazzo.
Fellas, fancy you mentioned the Jets on this one. Look how many cords I have coming. I can't get my headphones are hooked up. My headphones are hooked up Bluetooth. For some reason, like I'm testing out the audio, can't figure it out. Like nothing's playing through them. So I got my microphones plugged into my computer. I got this thing hanging out of my headphones to the computer. A lot of wires, but we're here.
Yeah, we decided to go bare bones today because everyone is away except for us. I
can't really see it, but these are football.
A football-shaped ice cube? What you drinking tonight, Matty?
It's just some pre-made margarita thing, but it's just a little football ice cube.
I'm breaking out the Holy Grail today, boys. The greatest IPA ever made.
I Guinness already finished it.
Eddie Topper. And it's going in the holiday mug, gentlemen. Skull. So we also I've never had this happen before on the history of the show in the 60 seasons. We're revealing our 6-pack, but 2 of the games have already been played. It's a weird scenario. I tried to reconcile it in my head. I was like, you know what? We're going to let it go. We're going to let it roll. We're going to go. It sucks I can't do a complete parlay because I went 2-0 on Christmas. I actually took alternate spreads, and they both covered. So I was like, this is BS. I'm angry, but I'll let it go. So I took the Chiefs at -10. I took the Ravens at -9. Both covered. But I'm just sitting there like, I could have put +14 and racked up some serious cash. But nope. Tried to be conservative because I was on a cold streak since first week in November. I've been on a betting cold streak, boys, or something like that. So I was like, let's go smart here. So
there's always one that hits during Christmas.
Oh, dude, 4th year in a row, I have been on a hot streak on Christmas. I can't figure it out. I always nail Christmas bets. I'll never figure it out.
You're like Matt Stafford in December.
Yeah. Or the Philadelphia Eagles in December, except for this week.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm very happy. A little off topic. The Sixers beat the Celtics in the Garden last night.
Oh, I saw that.
We beat them. I don't know if y'all saw. We beat the Mavericks too.
Oh yeah, I saw. Dude, and you guys were underdogs. I saw when you covered.
Yeah, I forgot to place the bet. I was so mad. And the problem is at my grandmother's house. She lives in the middle of the sticks up in northwestern Connecticut. I'm talking town population of about 45. And she's got it's a larger property, and she's off in the woods a little bit. And so we're all down there in her little in the main entertaining area. Me and all my family members, we're talking, having a good time. I completely forgot to place a bet on the Timberwolves, and I'm like, I'm gonna hate this, but I just want them to win, so they did. Also, Chris, next pair of sneakers picking up besides the Air Force Ones, I'm finally getting a pair of Anthony Edwards. I just don't know if I want low tops or high tops yet.
Yeah, send me those. I saw pictures of them. They look pretty nice.
I want if I'm going to get the lows, I want the camo lows because they're the only color I like. But the high tops, I would do the All Stars. I would do the blue ones. I do the white ones. They're all great. So, yeah, boys, it was a great Christmas. We have one more member joining us in and out today because he's a busy bee, and you know how producers are. They like to hide in the shadows. Ladies and gentlemen, rocking a fire New York Giants hat, ladies and gentlemen, Nate the Great.
Hi guys, hope y'all doing well.
What's up,
Hope
dude?
your Christmas went well as well. Yeah, man, it's just I'm just chilling. Christmas is calm, chill. Got a Family Guy shirt, which was the highlight.
That's
of my
awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man! I didn't honestly. My parents are like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "I don't really want anything. Any Family Guy merch would be cool because like I don't want no Giants merch or like A's. Like they're moving Lakers and the Giants. Or
You can get like a
Cow
shirt.
merch, brother.
that's
You
true.
get
Yeah,
Get like a Jared Goff or Aaron Rodgers throwback, something clean like that.
Ooh, I would
Like,
actually like the golf
I was
jersey.
trying to see if I can get my mom the link for the Andre Johnson jersey I wanted, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not sold on one Andre Johnson or I want a McGahee or a Clinton Portis. I haven't decided who I want yet. So like I was like, you know what? Let me hold off on that one. I was like, I almost sent her a link for the Cam Ward jersey, but all they have is white. I'm like, I hate white jerseys. The Eagles white jerseys look great, but like I prefer black, green, even the orange one. I like.
Well, I have an exciting white jersey.
Yeah,
as a
see,
white
listen,
jersey.
getting a Cooper DeJean jersey in white makes sense.
It's a white on white crime.
Exactly.
Double white. You can get a T-shirt that says like the number one pick goes through me because you might have the number one pick in the draft.
Well,
we
I
keep-
mean,
if
let's
we
be
keep
honest
losing-
here. I think Brian Dable has finally gotten the memo to tank as hard as possible. Like so the other day somebody was like, well, the Eagles could lose 4 or 5 games here. I'm like, do you really think that? And he goes, what do you mean? I'm like, okay, let's just say for some horrifying reason they lose Sunday to the Cowboys. Do you really think Nick Sirianni, as petty as he is, would let the Commanders win the division because they choked? No. Because of an injury? No. He would not let that happen. They would play Hurts. They'd play Barkley. They would run the score up. And then once they were dead enough in the water, then they'd put in Kenny Pickett, who's, I guarantee, irate that he almost beat the Commanders because he's a gamer. As much as we crap on Kenny Pickett, from his time in Pittsburgh, dude was a gamer. He won. So I guarantee he was not happy how that game ended because he played as well as he could with a busted ribcage. So he's apparently playing. No word of on Hurts playing or not. We'll probably know Saturday. Thank God, both of my fantasy quarterbacks in my league that I'm in the finals. The last week of the finals this week. I have Daniels and I have Hurts. So Daniels goes if Hurts doesn't play.
Yeah, I got that in my league.
Guy.
Tanner McKee. Amazing backup. Honestly, I was kind of pissed they didn't put him in.
Who?
Tanner
We
McKee.
had,
He's an amazing white too, man. This kid is an assassin.
I got
all these Caucasian folks, man. Damn, the Eagles got all the good Caucasians. Sheesh.
Dallas Goedert too. Lane Johnson.
Whoever sneezed there.
Beef Jurgens. Landon Dickerson. We got a lot of exciting whites.
Texted my buddy the other day. I said I met Lane Johnson at Whole Foods. He's like, dude, are you serious? I'm like, no. He's a really gullible kid. I thought it'd be pretty funny. But yeah, what was I gonna tell you? Oh, I do have Hurts in my league, my championship week. So if he can't go, I got Brock O'Clock Purdy Monday night against the Lions.
I think I'm playing you for the championship this week for Korner Booth too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a showdown.
It's all good, Matt. We'll battle for third place, Matt. Me and you.
I gotta play Nate for last place.
For third.
We're about Nate and I.
Well, neither of them are getting basically the only. So basically, me and Chris are getting points.
Yeah, so they said loser loses 3 points.
No.
That way, it's a 6-point swing against Matt.
Shut up.
Oh,
the winner gets 3. The second place
both of
gets
you
2.
assume I would lose.
No,
both of you. Even though I just lost CD Lambert all year.
Second place gets 2. First place gets 3. The other 2 get none. I was gonna say if you guys want to give last place minus 1 point, but I feel like that's just kind of kicking dirt in the wound at that point. I mean, it'd be funny as hell if Nate beat Matt for the third place, so Matt loses a point.
What's well, I'm already 2-0 on this.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm 2-0. These 2 knuckleheads are 1-1 because Chrissy took his fellow Pennsylvanians, and then Nate took the poor Texans. So we'll start with those. We'll start with those Christmas games, and then we'll go into CFP, and then we'll finish off with 6-pack. We'll start with the early one. I think the Steelers are broken. they're talking about like Mark Aboli today was on McAfee, and they were talking about apparently in the locker room people were having issues with like some players not doing their jobs. So, to my knowledge, a lot of the comments were saying it's like Minkah Fitzpatrick. I'm like, I'm assuming it's like George Pickens, but I'm like, nah, George Pickens is actually contributing when he actually gets the ball. And I think who was it? Adam Schefter was talking today on I think it was ESPN, and they were like, well, what do they do at quarterback? Well, they kind of boxed in with Russ, unless the Falcons want to give up Kirk Cousins, they're kind of boxed in with him. So what are you going to do? Go get Sam Darnold? I don't think that's the best scenario. So at the end of the day, Pittsburgh has to just build that roster up and basically just say, hey, Russ, don't crash the Lambeau. So they got to do a lot of stuff this offseason. They get Russ for cheap, and they're going to get him for cheap next year because he hasn't had like a all MVP performance. But because there's no good quarterbacks in the draft after 1 and 2, which are going to go. It's Ward and Sanders, and it's 50 feet of crap, and then maybe Carson Beck, maybe who's the other kid that I'm like losing my brain? It's not Ewers. Ewers going back.
Howard.
Yeah, maybe Will Howard. If you want to go day 2, Dylan Gabriel, but
Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart, but Jackson Dart's got Jackson Dart to me is like Sam Ehlinger going to the pros. It's like he's a developmental quarterback. You're going to need some time to let him kind of adjust. Honestly, I would see if like Cincinnati maybe wants to give up Jake Browning or something like that, because that's the only thing you're going to do. But I guess right now, if I'm Pittsburgh, you just kind of have to hope you can right the ship. I've now officially taken them out of my AFC contenders. I only think 3 AFC teams can win the Super Bowl. Ravens are the least likely, then Bills, and then Chiefs. As much as I hate admitting it, the Chiefs look great yesterday. They still can't score 30 points, which is still hilarious to me. But they got the ball to Kelsey. They were able to run the ball efficiently. They were throwing the ball downfield. Mahomes looked like himself again. I don't know, boys. It looks like the ankle's pretty healed. Chrissy, what did you think of the games yesterday, at least the early window?
I'll say this. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm kind of shifting from that contender thing for the Steelers. It's just their offense just stinks, dude. The past 3 games, they just have not been a good offensive team. Now, I will knock the defense because they're a little injured. Same thing with the offense. But, I mean, you brought in Russ for a reason to figure things out. I thought this game would be a lot closer. I just didn't think they'd be blown up by 20 at home. The scary thing is the Chiefs are figuring out how to play. I mean, they're 15-1, but they're figuring out how to play good football at the right time, which is what they've been doing for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
I'll say this. What are you going to do next week? Because you're playing the Bengals, who are red hot,
desperate,
and they really want a playoff spot. So
and they are. I honestly, I think you take the knee and just kind of you put Wentz.
You're not going to win. You're not going to win the division at this point. I mean, you lost 3 straight. And
wait, is it Bengals Steelers or Chiefs Steelers?
What?
Oh, sorry. Is it Chiefs? Is it Chiefs Bengals or is it Steelers Bengals?
Steelers Bengals.
Okay, I was gonna say. I mean,
I don't think they win that game either.
You can't sit on it. You got to keep trying, man. You can't go to Justin Fields. They barely were scraping by with him as a quarterback.
Well, the thing is, too, like the Ravens just blew out the Texans, and now they had the division lead.
We'll talk about that game in 5 minutes.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just bringing up like the standings in general. And
no, you're good.
Like I was saying, like the Bengals won a playoff spot bad. Like they're going to do whatever they can. Joe Burrow threw a touchdown falling down last week. So the NFC North is shaking up pretty bad. I have a buddy who's a Steelers fan, like one of my best friends, and he's like, dude, I can't stand Russell Wilson. I'm like, look what happened last year or 2 years ago in Denver. It's just who he is now. He's not a bad quarterback. I just don't think he is what he was in Seattle. I think, anybody can see that, but yeah, I'm a little nervous, I guess, for the Steelers. And also, like, their fans kind of annoy me too, because all that ego, when we smoked them, we didn't smoke. When we beat them at home, they were just, all their fans were just yapping. I had a couple buddies send me some stuff that are on Twitter, and I saw some stuff on Twitter, and I'm like, dude, like, calm down. Like, you lost one game, but kind of is what it is.
You know what? After this, and the fact that probably, let's be honest, unless the Lions get upset, which is possible, we're talking about like Philadelphia being behind the headlines because everyone's today talking about Baltimore. They're talking about Kansas City. They'll probably talk about Detroit. Then you're also thinking about what's the other NFC? Oh, the Packers, Vikings, right? So I'm kind of liking how Philadelphia's kind of dropped back a little bit into the background, which is where they need to be to get their head together. Anyway, Maddie, any thoughts, Chiefs Steelers?
I don't know, man. I'm just continue to be amazed by the Chiefs at times because I feel like every year they can enter the season. Like the other year, they won the Super Bowl. They looked like they just weren't going to have an offense at all. They had I don't even think they had Juju Smith-Schuster, but they had like Valdez Scantling and Clyde Edwards-Helaire was still the one guy and Sky Moore and everybody. I don't know.
Sky Moore. That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
They enter this season and all of a sudden it's like, Rashee Rice and Marquise Brown and Xavier Worthy. I'm like, this is going to be a dominant team. And then they lose everybody, including Pacheco, including Brown, including Rice. And they just it's just Worthy and it's Travis Kelce. And Travis Kelce's not even being used. It's really just Noah Gray. And they're 15-1. It doesn't matter what you take away from them. They still figure out a way, which is just amazing me. And then Patrick Mahomes doesn't even look like he was hurt, just playing perfectly fine at this ankle. Now he's sorry. No. You're good. Now they got their 15-1 and they had the number 1 seed. They're gonna rest everybody probably. And I don't know, the Steelers are just, you know what? They achieved what they were supposed to achieve. Now, besides making the playoff berth, they've got their above 500 record for 18th, 19th, 20th consecutive season by Mike Tomlin.
Insane for a number.
But this game was bad. I mean, Russell Wilson didn't look good. Nothing about the Steelers looked good. I have to take back what I said earlier. Maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago, I was saying, or maybe a little longer, I was saying that the Steelers, I think, were an underdog team that I think could take down the Chiefs in the playoffs. I thought that defense was very solid. It was the number one. I mean, I know nobody cares about fantasy when it involves real life, but they were in the number 1 fantasy defense for a majority of the year. Great defense. Russell Wilson looked like he had some sort of resurgence for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it's just now they're on a 3-game losing streak. They were 10-3, and now they're 10-6, looking at 10-7. They clinched the playoffs. It doesn't really matter, but it's just.
But now they're looking at not playing even a home game because Baltimore is hot right now.
Yeah, and Baltimore started out real slow. I think a lot of people thought because
their defense they're an undisciplined team. That's the problem. But they've started to get that together, going back to what they do best. And
defense was the issue for them, and I thought that was going to bite them in the butt. But they figured out at the end they could win this division. And yeah, Steelers, man, the way that they're playing, they might be a first-round exit.
The only thing about the Chiefs that's kind of got me intrigued is that they are just such a weird team. And if they do an Indianapolis Colts where they sit for 2 straight weeks, I'd be very interested to see how that all sums up, how I'll finish it up. So what the Bills have 2 losses right now?
I think they got 3.
So I think the Chiefs, but they have a tiebreaker. So I think they'll play Mahomes and the boys 1 more week. Oh no, they only have 1 more game to go.
Yeah, they got 1 more game to go.
Yeah, so they're sitting their guys next. They're sitting their guys next week. They're done.
Bills are 12-3.
Yeah. So as you can see there on the screen, yeah, they have 1 game to go at 15-1. They're going to sit their guys next week. So we're going to get to see the Carson Wentz show next week, which I am so excited for. We were robbed last week of seeing Carson Wentz on Saturday afternoon.
It's going to be Carson Wentz versus the Broncos.
Carson Wentz versus the Broncos. Dude, listen, also, if you guys don't remember, 2017, he left the Broncos for like 45 points as a member of the Eagles. He can do it again with Kansas City. I'm with it. My upset pick for next week. Anyway, they'll get the Bengals in the playoffs too, which would be scary. But there you go. So move on. Speaking of the NFC North, Baltimore Ravens, mollywop, absolutely dismantle the Houston Texans. Houston, only points on the board are safety. I am blown away by the offensive ineptitude. How do you pronounce? Is it Bobby Slovic? That's their OC.
Oh yeah, Bobby Slowick.
Went from being one of the highest sought after coaching candidates all season to now he might get fired. I'm dead serious. I can guarantee there's rumblings because CJ Stroud's regressed. Yes, they've lost Diggs and Tank Dell, but they barely use Dalton Schultz. They can't get the run game going with Joe Mixon. John Mechie doesn't even exist halftime during a game. 2 points? I don't understand how you only put up 2 points. Philly, who eats themselves half the time, put up 27 on Baltimore. I don't understand what is wrong. It is wrong wasting this much talent. It bugs me. But with Houston, what really scares me is that Baltimore looked like they were playing with their food. On that touchdown to Isaiah Likely, it looked like they were just playing backyard football. I'm sitting there watching this with my family, and they're all asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I predicted Houston to win the AFC South by a landslide. It looks like they flat out didn't even want to be there yesterday. So congrats to Baltimore. You're probably winning the North. Way to bounce back after that Philly loss. 2 straight impressive wins. I am sold on Baltimore being a good team. And let's not forget, they had 2 heartbreaking losses to both Cleveland and Kansas City that could have easily affected where their records are in the standings right now. Baltimore is a legit team. That's my takeaway. Texans could easily have a worse record than a lot of teams, but their division is so bad they're going to make the playoffs. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they actually, at the checklist, Nate can check, I think they might have already clinched the division.
They did. They clinched the division last week.
Yeah. So that, but to your point, like he was regressing even when Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs was healthy. Like I saw,
but yes,
no, but
they have Nico Collins as a security blanket, so it's just the whole thing apparently.
And I mean, I guess I'm not surprised that Deontay Johnson wasn't active for the game, but I thought they might just throw him in and say, hey, just try and get open, just get your old team, try and prove them wrong. But you're seeing you're definitely seeing the effects right now of him losing his number 2-3 option and Diggs and Dell. Now you have Collins and Robert Woods is the next man up. And Robert Woods has been around the game for I don't know how long, but he's just not the same player that he was on the Rams. But yeah, no, this is not looking good. And like you said, Slowick went from being a highly sought after candidate, thinking like he was like, top 3, top 4 in the candidates for the upcoming.
Like the Ben Johnsons of the world.
Yeah, he was like that 1-2 punch with him at one point. And now it's like you said, he's looking at maybe he might not even be employed. But that offense just isn't getting going. Stroud looks like he's just getting worse week after week. And I feel bad for Hector. So I know Hector's feeling it. But yeah, dude, that safety, and that was it. There's just no way. And I kept looking back at the game, and I'm like, the score's not changing. And I think eventually my family just decided to put the Celtics game on. And then I kept jogging back and forth, and it was just 20-4-2, 31-2. And I'm like, okay, that's how that's going to go. But yeah, very disappointing. Just the performance that they've been having this season. They're going to obviously get to the playoffs. It's just, as long as you get in any given Sunday, you can run the table, but they're just not showing any signs of life. Like Mixon has just been not what he was the last 5-6 weeks before that.
Yeah. Yes. My bad, guys.
You're good.
Restroom calls, but my cat, when I came back downstairs, he just dropped a log, and then it just stunk up the whole house, dude. So I had to air that out, throw all the trash out, air that out, dude. That cat takes the smelliest shits, dude.
Oh man,
I was so mad, dude. I was like,
did you just change the litter box too?
Yeah, dude. I had to do a whole cycle there. That's why I took almost 10 minutes.
I mean, listen, you let me rant. Me and Matt get our rants out for Pittsburgh and KC, and we got our start with Raven. It was perfect timing. So, what was your thought on this absolute crap show?
Stroud might be bad. It's scary.
I know. I feel so bad. He's so talented.
We were Stroud boys, dude.
I think it's Bobby Slowick. It's got, dude. The offense looks terrible. It's not even like guys aren't open.
I think it's a Tank Dell injury. He was really good in that Chiefs game, and then Tank Dell got hurt, and then as soon as he got emotional, you could just see it.
He got
Like,
fried.
He got fried, and then I mean, all season has been pretty shaky, but I think that broke him. Like he said, like, that's my best friend, that's my guy. I'm like, damn, bro.
Dude.
I mean, I feel for Hector because, like, coming into the season, Stroud was one of my MVP pick.
He was my dark horse.
He was my dark horse. It wasn't a bad pick going into the season. I'm like, damn, dude, like.
No, I mean, think of what he had going into the year, like seeing what he had.
My two dark
See what he had, like, he just got Diggs and then he got Mixon, and I'm like, dude, this team is going to be loaded for a contender. I mean, how bad the AFC South is.
They had it made.
Colts are a game behind them.
Well, they're eliminated, so
the Colts are eliminated.
Yeah, Colts are eliminated. Texans have clinched.
Really?
Texans have the tiebreaker.
Oh, they're 9-7. I mean, if they lose 2 straight,
Nope. They're
because they played yesterday. Duh, I keep forgetting.
The Texans have.
You're right, because the Wednesday turnaround. Hey, Nate.
They still have a chance. The Colts have a chance to get in. It'll take some help, but they have
wild
a chance.
card.
Oh God, it's one of those scenarios where it's like, all right, these 3 teams need to lose out. This team needs to win one of 2. They need to win out.
Basically, 2008, basically the 08 Eagles, Chris.
Yeah, this is what I'm hoping the Bengals win. I think the Bengals need to win out. They need the Dolphins to lose one of the 2, and another team to lose one of the 2.
And they need, I think it's the Broncos. They need like Carson Wentz to work his magic at Mile High next week.
Dude, a Pennsylvania. Oh my God. Dude, a Wentz New Year's is something like America is just not ready for, dude. It's a beautiful thing.
You and me are going to be unbearable on that show Monday morning. He pulls off that upset. We're going to be unbearable. Because that's our boy. Listen, as much as I used to curse his name.
I root for him, dude.
I root for him, too.
He's a hunter. I love that guy.
He's about to drop the horses.
He just sold his place. He used to live in Jersey. My high school was like 15 minutes from there, like 10, 15 minutes, not even. So, like, I actually saw, cool story here. I saw Carson Wentz. I didn't go up to him, but because he's with some of his friends, he was at a restaurant in my neighborhood that I used to live in Jersey. And he wrote a play out on a napkin, and he left that napkin at the restaurant. And my buddy who worked there grabbed it, and I think he still has it. It might have been Philly. So Carson Wentz might have came up with Philly, and then Foles just ran it. So credit to Carson Wentz for potentially coming up with the greatest Super Bowl trick play of all time.
Give him Philadelphia as much as he could. Listen, I will never hate that. I got over my hatred of that man the second I saw him just once Jalen became Jalen, I was like, okay, we're good. Carson,
I even liked him on the Commanders. He just rocked.
I felt so bad.
Dude, I loved it.
He got dealt a raw deal. He was good in the Commanders. They just couldn't stop anybody. He was getting the blame for it.
He was good.
You guys want to hear how? Do you guys want to hear how the Eagles can win the 1 seed?
Oh yeah,
I think I know the scenario, but
they have to win out. Explain it. Detroit and Minnesota both have to lose out.
Yeah, they need Eagles win out versus the Cowboys and Giants, which is very likely. You got the Lions. You need the Lions to pretty much lose out. You need them to lose to the Niners. You need the Vikings to beat the Packers, and then the following week you need the Vikings to then beat the Lions.
Wait, wouldn't you need the Packers to beat the Vikings because the Vikings are mathematically out of the 1 seed?
No. So this is the explanation. So Lions lose to Niners, Vikings lose to Green Bay in week 17, and then week 18 Vikings beat Lions. So under this scenario.
Oh, yeah, I thought we need the Vikings to lose to the Packers. You said them to beat the Packers. I was like, no.
Yes, I read that wrong.
This is the time of year when scenarios are out like this, and then player bonuses come out. So I would like to I know Saquon Barkley's got a couple bonuses. Apparently, if the Eagles go to the NFC Championship, he gets $250,000. They go to the Super Bowl, he gets $500,000.
So Eagles win out, Lions lose out, Vikings win the last week of the season, and then under this scenario, Eagles and Vikings finish both 14-3, while the Lions go 13-4. Eagles have common opponents tiebreaker over the Vikings since both teams would have the same conference record at 9-3. The common opponent would be the Los Angeles Rams and the Packers, whom the Eagles defeated and the Vikings didn't. So you would hold the number 1 seed tiebreaker over the Vikings.
I'm picking the Pack tonight.
Yeah,
we're doing this for the memes, right, Chris?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a pack show.
The big thing is you just need if the Niners can somehow pull up some sort of trap game upset.
Dabby, dude, honestly, aren't they getting some guys back today too?
Yeah,
they got Jawan Jennings. I think it's gonna be okay.
Well, their offense is healthy. Besides McCaffrey, next week
ain't Jordan Mason playing this week too?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I thought that.
Well, we can look up
he's in the IR.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Jordan maybe.
But we have talked the absolute shit show that was last Saturday and Friday in college football.
Oh God.
I have gotten all these bad takes out. I have said it 1,000 times, and apparently I'm getting gaslighted because I said it would have been a better showing of having Alabama, Miami, and South Carolina in over Notre Dame, over Indiana, SMU, and Clemson. But I understand why that take is null and void. So I'm not going to go there. This shirt basically just says FU CFP committee. But we'll start with Indiana, Notre Dame, which was the closest game of the weekend. Notre Dame's not that great of a roster. I've said this again. This is the teams Miami would have beaten bowl because I don't think either of these teams is good. Notre Dame's going to get smoked next week. Sorry, Mikey B. I love you. Mike Burlon, Shopcraft Brew Sports. Notre Dame's going to get killed because Indiana's terrible. They are the best fraud team I've ever seen. They are literally Kansas State 5 years ago with Colin Clyde. They are not a good roster. They beat a bunch of crappy teams. They walked in the shoe and got their head punched in. What's his name? How do you pronounce their coach's last name? Siggs. I know that's his nickname.
Jimmy Siggs?
No, the head coach for
Signetti.
Signetti. I love how he talks smack, but dude, you better back it up if you're going to talk that much. You go on McAfee talking about all this smack, but dude, you're terrible. Also, by the way, both coaches went on McAfee, lost because so did SMU and my boy Rhett Lashley. Anyway, yeah, all I have to say is that Indiana. If any team had no shot to be in, it was Indiana. SMU earned it. Clemson technically earned it. So I'm not going to bust balls. I would have rather seen any of those three teams I named over Indiana, but Notre Dame basically beat up on a really soft team. So good for Notre Dame. You played like champions that day because nobody expected you to. So congrats, Notre Dame. We're gonna move. Any thoughts on Indiana Notre Dame map before we move on to SMU Penn State?
No, it wasn't a bad game. I mean, it was a good game. It's just both Indiana's just not as good as I think. They're nice story. It's one of those nice story teams. Riley Leonard sucks. If it wasn't for that run game, it could have been a different story. But Notre Dame survives for another week, and that's probably going to be about it.
Chris, any thoughts on Indiana Notre Dame?
I think I told us to. I think I was talking about this a little bit ago. I don't really give them a chance. Not that like they had a good story, like you guys were saying, but I mean their test was the Buckeyes and their schedule. I mean they got smacked by 30. I didn't give them a chance in South Bend. Sadly, I wanted them to win. It would have been a cool story to see, but I just wanted to see like SMU and like Clemson. You're right. They shouldn't be in that position. I've talked to other people who agree with this. Could have had Bama in there. And I hate Alabama. Could have had Ole Miss in there. You could have Miami in there. Mm-hmm. I mean, 3 other teams that probably would have been better matchups, but I'm not going to argue with the committee. They come up with it. I will. Yeah, but it just we had 3 games that it just probably should have been
the only game that was even
in October.
Yeah. Only game that was halfway decent was Clemson, Texas.
Yeah, and that should have played out. Not that game, but
yeah. This also by the way, that Clemson Texas game should scare. That Clemson Texas game should scare a lot of teams. Clemson's got a very good defense. Cade Klubnik is awful. I'll talk about why that game should scare a lot of teams, but we'll move on to SMU Penn State. You being the Pennsylvania rep, this game hurt to watch because SMU was a cool story, but dude, it looked bad. They got their butt whooped. This game was the ugliest. This game was the second ugliest game of the weekend. Like you ever see that old Simpsons meme? Stop hitting them. They're already dead, or whatever the hell the meme is. That was this game. Penn State was out physicaling them in the line of scrimmage. They were able to run the ball at will. Drew Adler, I don't even think got touched the entire first half. And dude, Jennings just looked cold, uncomfortable, and sloppy. And I felt bad, man. I was just like, oof. It was
offense and defense. Offense and defense looked terrific. I mean, Penn State's offense looked pretty sloppy in the beginning. They just got the spark went off as soon as the pick six hit off. They got a couple pick sixes. And
the second momentum hit, that was it. They were.
Yeah, exactly. They were just gassed.
The sad part about this game was I watched the hype video right before it started for SMU, and man, let me tell you something. That had me ready to go through a wall, and then I just watched that game, and I was like, "Oh wow, good thing I picked Penn State."
Yeah. I honestly sat there sitting to myself and was like, oh, how did I get suckered into taking these idiots? I'm more mad about my upset pick that Chris, we both missed on our upset picks, but
I took them too, just because I seriously thought
they were going to invade.
A lot of people, it's not even just us. A lot of people thought,
dude, they looked not win.
They would cover pretty well. Like
we'll talk about that one in a second. Any other thoughts in this game besides the fact that Penn State's O-line just handled business?
Nah, I mean Penn State just played well.
It was loud too.
It was loud in Beaver Stadium, man. Stadium. All right, this game was honestly fun, but I'm going to warn you guys right now. The rest of the field of the college football playoff should be terrified because Texas figured out how to run the football against one of the better run defenses in college football. That should scare a lot of teams because Texas's biggest flaw was lack of balance on offense, and they figured out how to run the football. So I'm going to let y'all know right now, Texas might be a sleeper team that we really should be scared of for this playoff. Horns up, baby, because here's the deal. Also, I'm now – OU is dead to me from snaking that quarterback from Washington State from us. So I am an OU hater now. So horns up. So here's the thing. Texas was able to just control clock and move the football and keep Ewers upright. It was an epiphany. I was watching it. I'm like, is this the same Texas team I saw blow it against Georgia twice? Yes. But they figured out how to run the ball. It was a miracle. Christmas miracle. Because I swear, Quinn Ewers is a great quarterback, but if he's the only one on that offense, they aren't going to do jack. So if he transfers to Ohio State, Oregon, Miami, Ole Miss next year, all four of those teams can run the football. He'll be a Heisman candidate, guaranteed. My biggest problem was Texas and Sark got too reliant on throwing the football. They couldn't establish the run. They did it against Clemson. If they continue with this game plan, they are a problem for the next team I play, which I believe is Arizona State, right?
Yeah, they're heavy favorites in that too.
It's Scatterboo, which sucks because I love Arizona State story, man. But
they're not going to be on this.
My mom was asking me who the hell we rooting for in this playoff because Miami's not in and Alabama's not. She loves Alabama because a lot of our family members are Tide fans. I'm like, she goes, we root for Penn State like half of your family is. I'm like, nope.
I root for State just because I'm a
Well, you're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Honestly, my whole family would be Tiger fans if I knew how a application deadline worked.
You know what's funny?
Damn Common App.
Oh, God, I remember the Common App, dude.
Oh, Lord, so bad.
The worst. But, yeah, dude, this game, I mean, in the beginning, it looked like Texas just had their number. And then Clemson started to figure things out, started to pick up a little bit. But then Texas just put the stamp on it. It's just like, we want this a lot more. We're home. We're in control. They run the ball pretty well. Ewers actually played pretty well. Surprise. I thought they were going to do that flop for Ewers to Archie. They're going to do that at some point during this playoff run. I already know. I just think because if they beat Arizona State, they'll play the winner of Oregon and Ohio State, which I find that a little off topic. I find that hilarious.
Dude, these playoff matchups are so stupid. The committee is sitting there like trying to, and this actually goes to my point. If you guys indulge me for a second, anybody who defends the college football committee and tries to gaslight us for complaining about who should have been in and shouldn't have been in, you can literally go run through a brick wall until you can't see. I'm done with it. I really am. Because if I have to hear one more college football commentator or creator telling me why I shouldn't be upset, like Herb Herbstreit is, why Indiana should not be in the playoff, and neither should Tennessee honestly should have been, but they basically just were not there. We'll talk about it in a second. But SMU probably shouldn't have been in. It should have been Clemson and Miami representing the ACC because they were the two best teams. Cam Ward's the best quarterback in college football. He's not in the tournament. That doesn't make sense. Alabama is a recognition brand, and they were one of the hotter teams going down the stretch after the OU loss. If any team doesn't really have a shtick, they don't, but they deserve to be in. South Carolina with Lenore Sellers, hottest team in the SEC coming down the pipe. They could beat really anybody if they really tried. So
about Alabama Jones.
This is my problem with all of this, is that us questioning the committee is what keeps these dummies from making stupider decisions. It's like questioning politicians. They're not all powerful. We should question them. And if you say we shouldn't, you're the problem with college football. It's not even because my team got eliminated. I didn't want us in the playoff. It would have been great to see us in, but let's be honest. Unless we were playing Notre Dame, we weren't making it past the first round. But it would have been fun to see Cam Ward in the playoff, right? The best quarterback in college football. Dude's incredible. I can't wait to see him play on Sundays. I can't wait to see him play on Saturday and light up that ISU defense because he will. But I shouldn't have to be subjected to the garbage can that was SMU or Indiana. So if you defend the committee and say, oh, they should have played better when it mattered, how about it's college football and the whole point of a 12-team playoff is one loss doesn't kill your season. But to you morons, I guess it does. So there's a couple of college football commentators on TikTok who I want to fist fight right now. But that's a whole different conversation. Last thoughts on Clemson, Texas before we move on, as I try to calm my blood pressure down because it's a little higher according to my watch.
Is your Fitbit beeping?
No, my Apple Watch, and no, not yet.
The Apple Watch,
yeah.
No,
it's not beeping. My blood pressure did go up about 2.
Like, calm down, Jared. Serenity now.
Serenity now.
Meditates and does Tai Chi. I'm good, but
nice. Tai Chi.
Nice.
Tai Chi is awesome. You guys, honestly, if I ever get to see you guys in person, like if we ever go to like a convention, we'll do some Tai Chi in the morning. It's fun as hell.
Some hot yoga, huh, boys?
Get away from me with that communist flexibility crap.
What's Tai Chi? Is it like Twister kind of? Like put your hand on yellow?
It's like moving martial arts meets flexibility Pilates. It's interesting. Google it. It's honestly really cool.
Like Jackie
I really enjoy it.
Belt? Is there?
I don't know if there's belts for it. I just started Googling like basics of it. And then I started actually trying to do more reading about it. And I can't meditate because I can't sit still when I'm awake. Or if I do, I fall asleep. So I was like, hey, how about I just think where I'm moving and getting flexible? And it's alleviated my hip pain, my lower back pain, all the shit I used to have when I was in sales, gone. So I like it. I'm personally a big proponent of Tai Chi. I love it a lot.
Yeah, one time I tried meditation, but like I forgot I had the good meditation music on my phone, but I forgot on my queue I had Korn on there. So it went from good meditation to sitting on the beach to heavy metal Korn.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like just screamo, dude. My eardrums were just blown out, and it's like I just woke up back to reality.
I like meditating before I lift. That is fun. Because that's almost like war meditation. That's like your brain is like racking itself up to unload. That's cool.
What's up, Nate?
You said Korn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Korn.
The band?
With a K.
Rock band, yes.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Nate, get your head out of the gutter. All right, moving on to the game that disappointed America.
No.
Softest team in the country. I will not hear it. Alabama was right. Rocky Top is dead, at least for this season. I don't know what was more embarrassing. The fact that all those out-of-shape dudes, I shouldn't talk, came out on the field and were literally like shirtless, and they're trying to look tough. And then they let their quarterback get the absolute shit beat out of them. What was that? That was awful. That whole game was abysmal. Nico looked like he was getting abused like almost like a Family Guy fight. Like it looked like he was barely making it off the field.
Peter and the chicken.
Exactly. And the worst part about all of this was Ohio State's guys were so revved up from a month of us crapping on them, or like 4 weeks of us crapping on them, trying to get their head coach fired. I blame First Take. Kirk Herbstreit was 100% right. Shannon, you were being a jerk when you tried to say, you better say it about me. I'm like, you were wrong. That was the point of his conversation. I love Unc, but he was wrong. Sue me. Actually, don't sue me. I'm broke. But
I would love for him to go just Instagram Live again.
Dude, get busted for being on porn, hooking up with a girl.
Yeah, I still can't believe that.
Yeah, here's the thing about Unc. I love Unc as a commentator, but he was dead wrong. Herbstreit called him and Stephen A. out.
Unc's had a good year.
And he was right. Kirk Herbstreit was right. Because you know why? They all were wanting Ryan Day fired. I still think he's a bad coach, but they answered the call 1,000%. No doubt. Because I am so fired up. Tennessee, whether it was the shirtless, the invade the shoe, the trying to buy all those tickets, and then mapping out how to get the goalpost to the Ohio River, the dumbest, and then just to lay an egg. The ACC should be embarrassed how this team represented them. They better pray to God Georgia holds their own, because Texas is still claimed by the Big 12 for one more season. So Tennessee needs to crawl up in a fetal position and go away back into the mountains. That was abysmal. That was awful. I'm so mad I bought the hype on this.
Yeah, me too. I mean, they physically got smoked.
Maddie only picked this game because we picked Tennessee, which is the worst part about it.
Yeah, it was such a trap, dude. It was such a trap, this game. I was watching it at a Christmas party. I'm like, dude, this is what Rocky Top's all about.
I'm watching this with one of our former show co-hosts, Pat, and me and him were both watching. We're on Xbox together, and we're talking we're on Discord, and we're talking. I'm just like, Pat, this is brutal. And he goes, dude, I know this is effing terrible. I'm like, what am I supposed to do watching this? Like, I need to like go meditate. I'm so angry at myself, but I'm also starting to root for Ohio State to keep kicking the crap out of them. Like, the SEC hubris is just gone. It's stomped. It's dead. I love that it's dead. The SEC aura is gone. It left with Nick Saban.
Yeah, with Alabama Jones. Why did every game suck?
Because this is the first year of a 12-team playoff, and we knew it was going to be bad. The 14 playoff was amazing because we had an upset with Ohio State over Alabama with Zeke Elliott and all them boys. And we had Oregon boat race FSU with Jameis being Jameis. So that was the first ever time we got to see Jameis be Jameis with the toss for all that other stuff. But yeah, I went into the bag of tricks. That was me and Matt were sophomores in college for that playoff. Anyway, rough opening week for the college football playoffs. We got some good bowl games coming up. I'm excited for it. But before we get into that, because this game kicks off in 20 minutes, and our boy Chrissy is ready to rock and roll. Thursday Night Football tonight. Sea Chickens on the road in Chicago, looking to get a playoff spot. They are still alive. They need some help. Either 2 losses by the Commanders or a loss or 2 by the Rams. Either way, they're still alive. So, I love how now I get like updates when like Chris updates the 6-pack notes. So this is dope.
It's a community share note.
I love this watch. My grandmother knocked it out of the park. So she goes, yeah, you told me. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't have to get it for me. You could have said F that. I'm not getting this. So she did, and it looks great. Grammy, thank you. She does watch show occasionally. So, which maybe shows why she always looks at me a little different when I curse too much. Anyway, Thursday Night Football tonight. Chrissy, who you got? I think this. So I have a point to make. I want you to drum up who's first touchdown. But
I'm just gonna shoot from the hip.
Who's
Lisa Adams?
That's Matt's.
Yeah,
that's Mama Odazo.
That's my when I set my iPhone account up when I was in like high school, I was like a freshman. I was like under her plan, and it just doesn't. I can't get it to not say Lisa's iPhone.
You had the same one since high school?
No, I've had the same. I was under her. I don't know, Apple ID. I was under her plan or whatever when I was in high school, and I like got the phone. I had to get an Apple ID, and I registered under her name because she was the person on the plan.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was 14.
I saw that. I'm like, am I being hacked?
My bank checks still say like her name on it because I had my account when I was like 16. I needed like an adult to open up a checking account. I don't know.
I got you. I had that for Club Penguin. I needed like an adult.
Yeah.
Form Spring game, man. That was.
I needed a parent email, and then I'd charge the membership on their card, and then I would get in trouble, and then I had to feed my puffles, so can't really get mad at me for being a good homeowner.
I just had to send a text. That's why I muted myself to a buddy of mine who texted me something frantic. The voice text on this is incredible. Holy crap. Everything verbatim. I also felt like I was in Star Trek. It was kind of cool.
I thought you were going to turn
I've never had a smartwatch before. I've had a fitness tracker that read text messages, but I never had a smartwatch. This is dope. All right.
Dude.
My take. I think the Seahawks are a better football team than Zach Charbonnet than they are with Kenneth Walker. Sue me. I think
they have been lately.
Their offense is more dangerous because Charbonnet is a more electric runner. He runs harder. He's harder to bring down.
Ultra soft.
Sure, he ain't soft. That's the problem.
Charmin ultra hard.
That single ply toilet paper right there, big guy. All right,
yeah,
Chrissy, you said you wanted the fire from the hip. Let me know what you want to do.
He hasn't. I feel like he hasn't in a while. I feel like his name's disappeared. He's had such a good season. I'm going to take DK Metcalf first touchdown.
I love it because he's in my fantasy team for 3 different leagues, and I'm in the championship in all 3. Let's go! I love the DK Metcalf touchdown. Let's ride. All right. Also, I think the Seahawks team is going to probably be a Super Bowl contender next year. They have one flaw, and they know how they're going to fix it. One, they're not going to re-sign Walker. They're going to try to trade him for draft compensation. 2, they're going to go get an edge rusher finally. And 3, they still have Geno under control for one more year. They can try to go draft a quarterback in that loaded class in 2 years or in the class next year and go like they can go get Dylan Gabriel and then develop it 2 years behind Geno. The Seahawks might be running the NFC West again in the next couple of years. I'm telling you right now. But all that aside, I'm taking Seattle. The Sea Chickens were all here. I believe I got this line wrong. Are the Bears -3 at home?
The Bears are +4.5.
Wow, this shifted. Yeah. So that's my bad. I wrote this morning when I was half asleep. So Nate, if you wouldn't mind doing a little shifty, that'd be great. My guy. So or +4.5, Nate. That's my bad. So anyway, yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks here. Geno and the boys, they're desperate, and desperate teams make big plays. Now, do I think they're going to beat a Philadelphia, a Washington, or a Detroit, or Minnesota, Green Bay? No. Geez, the NFC playoffs is loaded this year. But I think they'll win tonight. Chrissy, I love it. Who you got tonight? You picking Seattle as well?
Is this part of the 6-pack or not?
This is not. This is just Thursday night.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle tonight. The Bears are just a sloppy football team. They seem to always have like a late game comeback, and they just can never close a game. Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle. I would not be surprised if the Bears do a backdoor cover if this line's 4.5. Bless you on mute. Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with that. I got DJ Moore in a league. I need him to have a really good game. That's my guy. Type of guy who just walks off the field in the middle of a play. So that's a guy I like to root for. Big team guy. big team. Yeah, I'm going to take Seattle. I think the Bears have a backdoor cover, though.
Ooh. Maddie and Chris, if you guys, Maddie and Nate, sorry, Chris, I apologize. Maddie and Nate, if you guys want to pick, be more than willing, then we'll hop into six pack in a minute. Chris, Maddie, who you got? My brain's shot.
It's all right.
Well-
Watch. It's getting in your head.
All the radiation.
Yeah.
Well, before I knew this wasn't the six pack, I was trying to find ways to make this my upset pick. So now that doesn't matter. I will take. I don't know. Something's telling me the Bears. Just something deep down. It could be the fact that I've been indulging in this holiday season food, and I'm just ready for some turkey and rice again. So maybe it's just the deadly insides is what I'm feeling. But I'm feeling the Bears here. I don't know. The Bears are just. They could be a feisty team. They're out of it. They got nothing to play for. They're going to go for it on fourth downs. The Seahawks are going to play to win. They're going to, 4th and 4s are going to punt. Bears are going to say, well, screw it. I'm an interim head coach. I don't guarantee to have a job next year. We're going to try and win games, and we're going to do whatever the hell we want, and we're going to let Caleb Williams just sling it. So I'm going to pick the Bears. I think this could be one of those trap games where they could just, Seahawks might take them for granted. They could just wipe out their playoff hopes right here and there. Yeah. My upset for for whatever, even though it doesn't count.
Okay. All right, we're rolling DK for first touchdown, which I love. All right, Nate, who you got for tonight's Thursday night game?
I mean, I will say for the Bears, Keenan Allen has definitely been a lot better than compared to the beginning of the season.
A lot of targets too.
Oh yeah, and then you guys mentioned how for the Seahawks, how Kenneth Walker isn't playing.
IR,
yeah, with the IR stuff.
Who's their backup behind Charbonnet now? It's not DJ
McIntosh.
Dallas.
I think it's Kenny McIntosh.
Dude, they had my boys Travis Homer and DJ Dallas. I let them both walk, which hurts.
Yeah, it's McIntosh. McIntosh, yeah.
The worst of the apples.
So this year, Walker's averaging 3.7 yards a carry. Charbonnet, who's more of a straight ahead runner, he's averaging 4.3 yards per carry. And ever since, I should say this season specifically, in the 4 starts that Charbonnet started in place of Walker, he's run for about 5.1 yards a carry. So the offense does run a bit better, like you guys mentioned, through Charbonnet compared to Walker.
So in the league, me, DJ, Matt, and Nate are in. I have Charbonnet and I have Walker. I just dropped Walker this morning and Tank Dell. And I just went and started scooping up scraps. And I'm like, I got to stay alive. I'm in the championship right now.
So that with that being the case, I'll give me Seattle on this one, please.
Nice.
All
right. Sea chickens roll. All of us going to. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time for America's favorite segment. Let's crack a 6-pack presented by Two Roads Holiday Ale and the great people at SeatGeek. Promo code Blave Sports. $20 off your first initial purchase at checkout. So we're starting off. So we already did 2 of the games, by the way. So for those who are keeping score at home, me and Matt shot 100% on Christmas Day. Maddie, shout out to the elders shooting correctly. Chris and Nate both split. Chris took a loss on the Steelers. Nate took a loss on the Texans. So we're moving to the first game on the docket. The only NFL game we haven't covered yet. Packers Vikings. I'm just going to start right now. Go Pack, go. Listen, Dad, I know you're watching and I know you're a Vikings fan. I'm so sorry. I just bought him this dope Vikings hat for Christmas and he's so excited about it. I'm sorry. Your team's going to still make the playoffs, but I want that number 1 seed go through Philly. So give me the Packers. Josh Jacobs isn't playing out of his damn mind, and that Packers team just mollywopped the Saints. It looked like they were running backwards and they were still kicking their ass. So give me the Packers here. The Vikings haven't been tested in a few weeks. I think this is one they actually do. The Seahawks, that should have been a game. If they were going to beat a team like the Packers, they should have beaten a team like the Seahawks by more. So give me the Packers here. Prissy?
I want to take the Pack so badly.
They're even odds technically on actual.
For the sake of the Eagles, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Pack as well.
Go Birds!
Let's ride with the D-Gens, baby.
D-Gens for life, baby.
Damn right.
Maddie, that means you're taking the Packers, right?
No, see, Where am I? I'm trying to find. Oh my god, it took me back like fucking. Oops, excuse me, 3 years. I looked up the 2024 Viking schedule, and it brought me to their schedule from 2022. So, last time the Vikings played the Packers, they won 31-29. That was when they were still undefeated. This game's at home in Minnesota under a dome. Sam Darnold is playing like as if he is Peyton Manning now. And it's pretty much a pick 'em, -1. I don't know. Jordan Love has not really been wowing me. But you know what? In his defense, he has not really had to wow anybody when you have Josh Jacobs running the ball like he's been doing. Josh Jacobs having just not even a resurgence of his career. He's 26 years old. He's just getting better. Like he's just significantly gotten better. And it's tough. This is very difficult. This is could this be an Aaron Jones revenge game finally? Probably not. Oh, but that defense that Brian Flores is running. I'm going to take the home team here just because it's one of those games where it's going to be so close. I just feel better just siding with the home team right now. So give me the Vikings. Be a little different than everybody. I think Sam Darnold gets the job done. I'm going to say bold prediction right here. Sam Darnold drops 3 touchdowns on the Packers.
Nate, I already got your pick, but if you would like to announce it, you're more than welcome.
Sure. Give me. If I said the Packers, my apologies. I'll switch to the Vikings.
Well, you were the Vikings, or you said the Vikings already.
Fantastic. Give me Minnesota.
All right. D-Gens versus the non-risk takers. Love it. I also have this to say about this game. They get Jair's back. We also have their defense is getting healthier.
No, he's not.
What?
He is not.
Jair's not playing?
He is not better. It doesn't look like he's going to play, according to the injury report.
I'm still sticking with him anyway. Run the football, get the win. All right. Moving on to this game, baby. Pop-Tarts Bowl. Shout out to you, baby. All right.
You guys like Pop-Tarts?
I love Pop-Tarts. Right, favorite flavor Pop-Tarts. Go.
Ooh.
I never had them
Cookies and
before.
cream.
That's why I asked.
What? I'm sorry.
What?
I'm Asian, man. We grew up eating rice.
Nate, that's not an excuse.
Nathan, this is not a time for a racist joke.
It's not a racist joke. I'm dead.
Okay, go or stereotypical joke. I don't care. Go tomorrow to a corner store and buy yourself some Pop-Tarts. I need you to go try them. It's
I have
every
Pop-Tarts
kid's
in my
rite of
cabinet
passage.
right now.
Chris has literally been raised on them, and look how good he's turned out.
Nate,
Yeah,
make sure they're frosted. You don't want
don't
no
be Darius
pain.
Butler. Don't be Darius Butler.
If I breathe in,
what
you
did
can
Butler
see
do?
me in
Darius
Manchester.
Butler was on the McAfee show, and he literally said he likes unfrosted Pop-Tarts.
Huh.
No.
Cookies and cream, top tier.
Cookies and cream top tier. Hot fudge sundae is great.
I was going to say the hot fudge
Blueberry
sundae.
frosted is
Hot
my
fudge sundae
go-to.
is really good.
Blueberry
Okay.
frosted is probably my goat.
Good
Classic.
fiber.
Birthday cake is the worst tasting flavor I've ever had in my life.
I don't like.
I don't dislike any Pop-Tart.
I don't
flavor.
like strawberry. Yeah,
What?
Not a strawberry guy.
Strawberry is gas, but I understand. I respect your opinion. I can't do the straight chocolate one.
I think because I had the strawberry one so much that
Yeah, it's like the basic flavor.
It's like all right, I've kind of grown out of
Dude,
it.
they left us like a 5-pack of Pop-Tarts at the Airbnb for the belly up when we were over at the convention. I hoarded all 4 bags of those Pop-Tarts.
Damn.
Those are my pre-workout like snacks.
Then Marshawn Lynch just slamming a pack of Skittles, and then all right, let's play.
Yeah, right.
That's what I used to do before like a pickup game. I would literally eat Skittles like Marshawn. I'm like, if Marshawn could do this,
Dude,
so
I am a big chocolate chip cookie game before a athletic event kind of guy.
it works.
Dude, it does. Like, it's simple carbs. My buddy who's going into the service, he's training for Special Forces right now. His go-to is a Rice Krispie treat before a workout, which is just it actually does work. It's simple carbs and it's light. The key is if it's light. If it's heavy, you're screwed. Okay, so like Cam Ward's last game is a hurricane. Miami's pissed they lost. They are showing out to try to get more guys in the transfer portal and recruiting class. Miami by 1,000. I am ready to start unleashing some hell. This.
Yeah, I'm taking Miami too. Going out with a bang.
We've had to hear all week by these college football elitists how we didn't deserve it. We apparently got 4. We have now gotten 3 elite corners or safeties it's 1 elite safety, 2 elite corners in the transfer portal already. We went and got a defensive tackle as well and a receiver. Miami's loading up for bear because they're done. This was their year. Injuries killed them. They have OG Favorite coming back. I think Mario is going to have those boys ready to run through a brick wall. Give me the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I'm not going with Iowa. There's just
Iowa
no
State.
way.
It's Iowa State.
Iowa State. Even better. No. Miami right here.
All right, so we got 3 Miamis. What's Nate doing?
Nate, who you got?
Maybe scared.
Seatbelt crew.
Restrepo's playing, right?
I don't know. Look up if him and Luther Bowden from Missouri are playing.
You
I
got
got you down for Miami temporarily, unless you.
Yeah, Nate, you did say Miami on Christmas Day.
Fantastic. That's who I'm going with.
It's all about you, baby. Shout them out. Come on.
All
Throw it
about the
one more
you.
time.
All about
You.
the you, sir.
You and
Shout out
me.
to Dime Life for this dope T-shirt.
The next Raiders quarterback, Cam Ward.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
You
About to
and
win a
me,
Super Bowl for the Raiders, guaranteed.
Yep, everyone's playing except the Reese Puffenbarger from Miami.
Yeah, he's transferring to. He's one of the transfers.
Speaking of Reese Puffin, whatever, have you had Reese's
He's
Puffs?
He's from McCarthy's alma
Yeah,
mater. Okay?
allergic.
You never had Reese's Puffs, a cereal, nothing?
I
am
did.
allergic.
I did. I just hate cereal.
Nate, I need a list of everything you've never had. I got to
Very
know.
allergic.
Let's see.
Put it on the shared notes.
You got it.
We'll do a shared note of things Nate hasn't had yet. We'll keep them.
All right.
We'll keep Americanizing him with our
I
suggestions.
might send you a gift basket to your house.
I
Just
appreciate
literally
it.
Pop-Tarts, fake sugar, and like red dye. I love it. All right. Moving on to the Valero Alamo Bowl. Notice how I actually put the bowl games in this year, Matt. It's looking fancy.
Nice.
All right.
The gasoline bowl, Valero.
Oh, yeah, it is a gas station, huh?
Yeah, it is. This isn't an upset, regardless of how you flip it. So these are all neutral sites, by the way. So it's flipped evenly. There's no. So if you want, this technically does count as an upset if you wanted to take BYU. But I am not.
Put you down for your boys, Nate.
I'm sorry?
You want me to put you down for your boys and those buffs?
Yeah, darn right. Always,
Yeah, I know you
brother.
love your buffs.
Give me the
I
buffs,
am
man.
down for the Buffs because I am all about Shadur Sanders being the Giants' next quarterback.
Thank you,
Yeah.
boss. I agree, boss. I can't wait to
He's
get
a
watch
basket
again like
case,
this.
and Vic Fangio is going to ruin his NFL career.
Don't
So-
say that. Do not
I'm
ever
up
say
with
that
you.
again. Just be happy for us.
I just don't want Cam Ward to get ruined by the Mara family. So,
I'll-
give me Colorado. Dion told all of his boys to play, and a full strength Colorado team is about as physical as BYU, but they're a lot faster. So, give me.
Did you hear what he did, by the way, about insurance with the players if they get hurt?
Yeah, that's the
Colorado?
smartest thing. I don't know why other college coaches don't do that. It's honestly, as much as Dion can annoy the hell out of me, he's doing a lot of things to make college football better, which I do appreciate. So, give me Colorado by at least a touchdown.
I'm rocking with the Boulders as well. Give me Colorado over BYU. This team at full strength, everybody playing. I think it's shout out to Dion for what he's done for this program in the last 2 years, just turning them completely around. And excited to see these kids in the NFL, Shadur and Travis. But give me Colorado over BYU. I still have a vendetta against BYU for Zach Wilson, so I will never be picking them.
Matt's going a holy war against the Mormons.
I'm starting to be okay with USC. It's just taken a while with like Mark Sanchez and Sam Darnold, but I am not going to recover from BYU for a foreseeable future.
Your hatred of the same. I've been friends with you for over a decade. I wanted Zach Wilson to work for you because your optimism when he got drafted was like very high, but all I heard it was Kevin in the back of my mind telling me like this was a problem.
I just had no choice but to be optimistic because every report has told me from like 4 months in advance, like it's going to be Zach Wilson, which it turned out to be. I just had no choice but to just hope. It wasn't even optimism, it was hope.
Yeah, it's bad. All right. We are going to our last one. Nate already picked this one as well. Chris, you picked Colorado, or you didn't pick yet?
I did pick Colorado.
Sorry, I'm making sure. I'm double checking myself now.
You're good.
Now this was a trans perfect Music City Bowl, Iowa versus Mizzou. Nate, is Luther Broden the third playing?
I can confirm in just a second.
I'm so mad. My upset pick was going to be UConn over UNC, but the line dropped to 2.5. And I'm like, damn it.
That's our Freddie
He
Benson right
is
there.
playing.
All right. Yeah. Give me, I'm going to learn my lesson one more time with these weenies from Missouri. Give me Missouri. I bet on them 3 times this year in this damn 6-pack and lost every single time or lost betting against them.
No. I'm sorry. The website I used was incorrect. He is going to skip the bowl game.
Yeah. Give me Iowa.
Okay. Cool.
Iowa State.
Go Hawkeyes. Ty Schmidt's boys are going to roll here. That's Mizzou's best player.
I'm going to take Mizzou. Just because
It's a neutral site game, so it doesn't even count as an upset, which sucks. But
yeah, I'm Mizzou it.
You're Mizzou
I'm
it.
Mizzou. Give me the Mizzou.
All right,
I'm Mizzouing it. Yep.
Maddie, you rolling with me or you rolling with the boys?
I'm gonna roll with the boys. So go give me Mizzou.
Zooing it. He's zooing it.
I'm lone wolfing.
You zooing it?
No, I'm going with Iowa.
No. I know you are. I said Nate.
Nate picked Mizzou like on Christmas, but is he sticking with Mizzou?
Yeah, I made those picks like 10 minutes after I woke up, so my mind wasn't in the right place. But give me Mizzou as well.
Oh, he's doing
it.
He's doing it. All right, this is where the fun kicks in, boys. Let the chaos commence. I'll hold back.
I don't know if I want to stick with my upset, dude.
Yeah, no, you're not going to stick with yours now?
I kind of want to, but like.
Do it, man. What do you got to lose?
Is it already over the 6-pack?
Yeah, we already got the 6-pack. No, it's not over because the problem is Matt's eliminated from the championship. So you and me still have a shot. 3 points is a big swing. Plus the playoff for the NFL, it's 2 or 3 points a win. Upsets are 3, wins are 2. A missed. There's no gimmies, so you don't lose points. So it's gonna get a little hairy. We won't technically know until Super Bowl Sunday.
Just to confirm.
Unless like last year where Matt had built up such a big lead, we called it in the division round.
Just to confirm, for an upset we're going to pick for this week, it's got to be at least college-wise.
It's got to be at least 4.5.
4.5. Okay.
You took
I can't do the Niners anymore then.
Are they on the road or are they at home 4.5?
They're home 3.5.
Oh, that's 6.5 point dogs. I mean, I'll give you that one.
I could switch.
I'll give you that one if you want it. That's the thing. I'm not going to be a snitpicker. That's them just flipping the bowl at the last minute.
They're going to nitpick this the whole time. I think with that game, I'll roll with the Niners still.
All right. Chris is picking the Niners as upset pick. I'll allow it. Any objections? Nope, no objections.
Beat the Lions, it's a ballsy move. Well, whatever, man. Let's do it. That's all I got.
I'm trying all the bowl games, unless you want to take like Louisiana Tech over Army or
dude, they're
East Carolina or NC State.
They're sticky, man.
Everything's kind of dicey. Jeez, this is rough.
You got to pick an upset.
Yeah, I have to pick an upset.
Yeah, we all do. I think we.
No,
all do,
you're
right?
the only. Yeah, you're the only. Yeah, you picked yours. You're good.
Yeah. I'm saying we all got to do upsets, right? Nobody got the gimme.
Yeah, nobody took a gimme.
Okay.
Wait, Nate, didn't you take a gimme?
That's all I was saying. I think how did I gimme? Oh yeah, because I picked Houston.
Yeah, so Nate missed.
Oh yeah, Houston was your.
Nate missed on his upset, so Nate gets a gimme. So okay, Nate, who's your gimme?
The Colts over the Giants.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's sticking with his guns here.
Keep
I love
on losing, boys. Keep on losing.
Man. This might.
Oh, you know what? No. I got mine. Give me the Panthers or the freaking Bucks. Let's do this.
Yeah, I like that.
We ride.
He's doing so good recently.
I am going to bypass NFL because that always bites me when I try and pick them as upsets. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to take the +6.5 East Carolina on the road against NC State.
I love it. Let's go. Okay, that one actually was my backup. My biggest problem is I don't know who's not playing for North Carolina State, so I'm like a little nervous about touching that one.
East Carolina, you said?
East Carolina versus NC State, so I think -6.5.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm taking the Panthers to win. I said this when I was at Christmas dinner talking to my buddies. We were talking about Baker, me and my cousins, and I was like, dude, I'm telling you right now, the Bucks are in trouble because somehow, some way, Michael Penix is going to get the Bucks into the Falcons in the playoffs.
Probably.
All right, so there we go. Upsets and gimmies. One last little note. Congratulations to we are a fan of his. Deshaun Jackson hired at the HBCU Delaware State. Congratulations, D-Jax. We love this for you, man.
Also, Mike and
Chris.
Vic.
Yeah, Mike Vick. We talked about Mike Vick last week in Norfolk State.
You do Mike Vick? Okay.
We did Mike Vick last week. But D-Jax, congratulations, man. Like, me and Chris obviously grew up idolizing you, so we love to see that you're one giving back to going to an HBCU and trying to bring up that program in Delaware State. Wish you nothing but the best. Also, shout out to you and Shady for 2510 podcast. Always a good listen. So, gentlemen, that about wraps it up. Do you guys have anything else y'all want to cover before we get out of here?
Penix.
What Maddie just said.
Yeah, I put in the chat, private chat. Some things may have been misspelled.
That's why he's got the watch.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That was like a brief second. It was up there.
Yeah.
I need a drink. Oh, wait, there's one right here.
No, it just spawned in.
Michael Penix, to me, in the beginning of the game, I was kind of looking at this like, oh, man, he did not really.
There was a lot of he had a lot of rust on him. It was shaky.
But it's tough. You got to be fair. He's a rookie. He's just his first start in the entirety of the NFL. It was just like the second to last week of the year for him. He had no time, but 18-27, 202 yards, interception. Now I'm anxious to see how he's going to play this week and the following week. See if he kind of gets into emotion as the last couple of weeks goes on. They're obviously going to endorse him next year, but I think Cousins is either traded or just released. I think the experiment's over. That 4-year deal seemed nice in the beginning. It's just not working.
You know what? They said this about Kirk. Who was it? Shefty who said it about Kirk Cousins? Dude, he doesn't look mobile. Everything's out of the pistol. It looks sloppy. It looks
I feel bad.
Almost like a backup quarterback offense, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look at Rodgers as well. I mean, you could see the age on him after his Achilles injury, and those are two guys that are north. Well, Rodgers obviously being 41 now, and Kirk Cousins being north of his 37-year age time frame, whatever it is. It just might be just one of those injuries where if you're over the age of 35, you're not come back the same as a quarterback.
Yeah, it's a weird issue. So. I think with Cousins that always kind of bugged me is that it just always seemed like when he was on a hot streak, his season would be over. So now it's because of bad play. And dude, Penix has got a howitzer on his shoulder, man. That dude can sling it. So I think the Falcons next year are probably going to be the best team in the NFC South by about a mile, if it's not Carolina. Because Carolina scares the hell out of me. They look like the 2022 Lions. That same Lions team who lost like 9 straight and then came back and won. So I'm telling you right now, the old man just texted me. It's fine. I like my voice vibrates. I have to look. But I'm telling you right now, the Lions. Shout out to Nico from Elite Takes because he said it on point. The Lions have so many similarities in 2022 to the Panthers this year. It's a very realistic possibility that this Panthers team is a division winner next year. Especially how bad that division is. It's going to be them in Atlanta because the Bucs are going to have problems next year with paying guys. We don't know when Godwin's coming back. They're going to have to either pay Rashad White or start Bucky Irving. They have guys on defense that have no pass rush. They have a lot of holes to fill. Carolina's got a lot of young dudes. It's a weird. That division's going to be an odd one next year. A lot better off in the AFC South. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I think the Panthers are probably going to be, at least if they can keep this momentum going and build on this, I think they're going to be 2 years away. I think right now they're going to be in a position where they're showing
they're going to be a wild card team next year. I think they're going to be like scraping the bottom of the barrel kind of team.
Yeah, if things pan out and Bryce Young continues to progress and they can add to that team, sure. I think right now they're in a state where players are going to look at this team and be like, all right, cool, you ended on a good note. Bryce Young looked a lot better since he was benched and was brought back in a couple weeks afterwards, but you're still going to have to overpay me to get me to play in Carolina. Like, they're not going to be able to just go sign
Raiders, where they're supposed to be the upstart team, and now they're terrible again.
Yeah, it's just if they get any big free agents, they're going to have to overpay for them to convince them to come play for this owner, for that franchise right now. But they're going to have to hit on those draft picks. And like you said, if everything pans out, Bryce Young continue to play better, yeah, maybe wild card team next year, and then maybe the following year they can make some damage. But hopefully he continues to build off this momentum. That seems like that brief bench was just what he needed.
Exactly. All right. Well, gentlemen, this has been the Korner Podcast. Korner Booth pregame will be on Monday, where we talk about all the bowl games for the new year coming up. All the big ones. It's gonna be like a 12-pack. It's gonna be an insane show. We're picking so many damn games. Other than that, wanted to wish you all who celebrate a happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. To our Canadian friends, happy Boxing Day, and of course, Merry Christmas. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. We will see you guys next week. I do not know if Seattle scored yet, but we will check on that in a minute. Gentlemen, have a great weekend. Shout out to our sponsors, Righteous Film, promo code BELLYUP for 15% off at checkout. Candidates, promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off your purchase at checkout. And SeatGeek for sponsor of the six-pack for $20 off your first purchase at the website. So, ladies and gentlemen, for Matt, myself, and Nate, we will see you guys on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Peace out.
See you guys. My name's Chris, too.
And, of course, the exciting white Chris.